Okay, so you want to learn from someone who's done whatever it is that you're trying to learn well. And so it's worth noting amongst my failings, look at that video, what are the things that I've accomplished that I know exactly how I've accomplished those and done very well. So I would say, for me personally, one of the greatest accomplishments is freeing up a vast amount of my time to do whatever I want to do, wherever I want to do it in the world. And so, going from working, 8 to 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, to taking 6 months off 100%, and working 1 hour if that's all I want to work, 2, maybe 3 hours a day, the other 6 months of the year, and simultaneously growing my income tenfold. So reducing my time investment, 5/6, and growing my income simultaneously. Free time is wonderful. And for me personally, $120,000 a year of lifestyle money is a nice amount of money, $10,000 a month. And so I don't think about money that much because it's not like I really want to do that, but I don't have enough money. And I really want to do that, but I don't have enough time. So that's a tremendous amount of freedom, and that puts me in a 1% category, meaning less than 1% of self-employed individuals are in that space where what they're doing is not defined by either time or money. So that's I think the biggest success. Another thing that I do very well is 90 to 100% of my jobs on any given year are done early. Meaning there's a date in the contract when I sign the contract that says work will be done by this time. And more than 9 out of 10 jobs are done ahead of schedule, often weeks ahead of schedule. And so that's another accomplishment that, again, less than 10% of contractors do work on time and early. And, to have 90% of the work actually done early by a week or 2 weeks, ahead of schedule is something that, again, puts me in the 1 to 5% range of contractors. Now, another thing that I've succeeded with in the last couple of years is training and hiring my wife to be a foreman in a way that increased her income, increased my income, made my job easier, and grew our marriage. And as a result, also reduced my expenses. So it increased my income and reduced my expenses because she then had more money to contribute to household, things, and so that's another thing that incredibly successful on a financial level. My wife is a better video conferencer and communicator and organizer and crew leader than most people, but she's still learning the trade, so that probably won't get totally frictionless for another 5 years when she really has enough personal experience to know how to do everything well enough that I don't have to correct her mistakes. Another thing that I've done very well is, for example, in the 2008-2009 housing crisis, I grew my business during that period. And so there's never been a time in 25 years when I have not been able to create work. And through a science of analysis, I've looked at all the different ways that I've used over the years to create work. And found, using the 80-20 principle, in which 80% of the benefit comes from 20% of your effort, what are the areas to market that really work? Another success has been location. I'm in Marin County, California. It's not entirely accidental that I'm in Marin County. When I moved here, I was aware that landscape revenue would go up because it's the 5th wealthiest county in the United States based on median income. The average income in Marin County is $11,000 per person. That's a very wealthy county to be able to afford expensive services. So, location, success in that domain. I've traveled the world and noticed where I'm happiest. Happens to be Thailand. Again, a great venture to go out and travel around Europe, travel around Asia, spend time in different parts of the US and Canada, and say, my favorite place to be in the world and where I have an apartment is Thailand. And creating and delegating or freeing up even more time personally has been another success. I've had a home manager for the last, 8 years or so. So when I come home, there's little or nothing for me to do. So I can spend all my time creatively because the home manager, working 1 to 2 hours a day, has done all of my chores. Whether it's laundry, dishwashing, making the bed, vacuuming, getting the mail, watering the plant. So I arrive to a beautiful home that's ready for me to cook in. I love cooking, things like that. So another kind of arena of success. And I've taught myself well using mentors. I've never spent a day in horticultural school. I don't have landscape architectural training, but I've hired the best mentors in the field in major categories of concrete work, heavy construction and heavy equipment operations, site development, irrigation, lighting, stone wall building, plant selection, soil amending, and as well as design. And through learning from experts who have hundreds of years of combined expertise, been able to put that skill and that knowledge to work and help clients along the way, bringing my mentors onto jobs, dialoguing, helping the client understand, what's best for their interest given this, person's expertise. And so I've done that very well. So that's probably, a good overview of my accomplishments.